Hi, I hope it's recording. Just double check. Yes, it's recording. Okay. Oh, hello there. Hi, my name is Ashton. I'm going to explain about this project very quickly. First of all, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. Just a few things. This project is all about us just validating some of theories that we have. So I'm not a technical person, so I need like someone help from someone like you, like a technical person to build this little tool. So we are not looking for something really fancy. We are not looking for something that gonna develop into like an enterprise system or a very nice UI, like a design or anything like that. So this is kind of like we need like a simple tool just to validate our idea, just to validate our hypothesis. So okay, so this is the flowchart that I think is correct way of doing it. However, I'm not sure. Okay, I've got to tell you honestly, I'm not sure. So the idea is about this project is there is a website. I assume they provide. I've already talked to them. I will work with them to get the data. It's a publicly available data, but I need to find out how we're going to extract those data in an API, like to a database or something. So I'll work with that. So the steps are there is a website. You just extract the data from the website, and then we have a test program. It's like a little, maybe like a little algorithm, or could be a little program, and it has a virtual money in it. When I say virtual money, it's a number. It doesn't have to be currency. It's nothing attached with any money in it. It's just a number. We just wanted to validate this idea. So the testing program will have, so the web API will give us some information, things like information like buy, sell, like that. So when you get a buy signal, our testing program gonna buy something. When the API receives sell, we just sell it, and then we store those data along with the signal data and our uh, all uh, all kind of like the buy and sell data on a database. I think that's the pretty simple way of explaining the program. So I'll show you the website. Um, right, okay, let me go to the website. So this is the website. Um, Try not to get too overwhelmed. There's a lot of information. So basically, all you have to pay attention to just here, right here. So this website is a public available information. Here is the most important thing. Here, the summary, it says strong buy or strong sell. It goes from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So we can, when we are receiving this data, we should be able to probably will stick with 5 minutes or 15 minutes, or if we can change in the program when we develop, that's good. But let's stick with something simple. So the idea is this company, the investing.com, they have a lot of signal, like this signal. It's a publicly available, but I think they have a signal system. I think I'm assuming this little thing. Just to double check, I actually contacted them. I'm waiting for an update, but regardless, this information should be fairly straightforward. Should be able to extract from their server. So the idea is so we're gonna extract this data, right? So when this data say buy, so what's going to happen is we have like a little virtual kind of a machine, or like a virtual kind of a program, like I said here. So web API say buy, and then it goes to a testing program. So this is like a testing program. I'm just assuming that we have like a $10,000, but it's a virtual number. And then so what's going to happen when it says buy, it just buy. So when you get the signal saying like buy from the database, so the program going to execute basically this 10,000 going to buy it. and then just wait. So what's going to happen is if you wait 10 minutes, this buy thing is going to change. Now it's strong buy. So as you can see, this is going to change over time. Okay, this is going to change over time, and then it will say sell something. Okay, right now it's not saying selling, but it's some at some point it's going to say sell. When that happens, it's going to sell. So whatever the increase, the price increase happen, it should add increment to this here. So how do we get that information? The way you can get that information from here, as you can see, it has some sort of a percentage increase. So for example, take an example here. So we got a buy signal, right? So the buy signal at 301.22 dollars, and then we execute that buy signal, and then we're gonna buy. So we're gonna buy worth of $10,000 of that 300, and then we get about some number of stocks. Okay, and then that basically it's gonna keep going to increase. So this is going to increase this percentage, and then we get a signal saying sell. So when that sell, we're going to sell the entire position. So for example, let's take an example. So when say buy, so 10,000, I'll do a little maths here. So we have 10,000 here, and then so the simple calculation is 10,000 divided by whatever the amount right there, right? So that's the amount. How many shares, or how many stocks we get. Okay, so here how many stocks we get, and then what's going to happen is it's going to increase. So this is going to increase, and when it's increased, it's going to keep increasing, and then we're gonna get a signal in. If you set the timer, let's say 5 minutes, it's gonna, the data gonna extract 5 minutes. There you go, boom, it's a strong sell. It says strong sell. When that happens, that position is going to execute. So whatever this amount is accumulated, going to sell here. So the way is to calculate that. So this way you can get how many. So if you do this calculation, 10,000 divided by the previous price, and then you get, let's say, XYZ number. So that's the how many stocks you get, right? And then by the time we sell it, when we get the sell signal, let me just make it bigger. So and then let's say the price increased in 1%, right? Price increased in 1%, as an example. If price increase in 1%, so the formula is, it's I'm sure you know this, fairly simple. So XYZ plus 1% increase. Okay, so that's the formula, and then that's going to sell it. Okay, and then if it's sell, it stays without doing any action. It's gonna just not doing anything, and then soon as let's say after 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes pass by, and then now it's neutral. Look at that, it's how fast it's travel, how fast it changes. So 5 minutes later it says buy. When that happened, buy. So the buy signal, now you're not buying from 10,000, you're buying the 10,000 plus that accumulated here. So 10,000, it will be 10,000. So it will be 10,000 plus that 1% increased, right? So when you're buying it, now you're buying the 10,000 plus that 1% increased, and then you buy whatever amount of the price at that time. Okay, at that time you buy, at that time the price increase, and then it just keep going on and on and on, like hours and hours and days and so on and so forth. So the idea is to just to find if we have to follow this, if we have to follow this technical analysis, buy and buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell over time. We just want to find if that makes any significant returns. So I mean, that's what we got to find out. And then at the same time we capture a lot of data, and then we save those data in a database, so we can at least have some proper, very solid history of this data. So I like to point out maybe three things I want to ask you. Maybe that I will be writing these questions on the um, on the on this project as well. These are a couple of things I like to get your opinion. I think that also probably will demonstrate whether you're has understanding or understood the project. So one thing I want to ask you, if we were to get 1 minute, 5 minutes, everything. I mean, when we get the API, I'm sure we get all these. We get the price. We will get the summary. We will get all the parameters. Like for example, 1 minute, this data. 5 minutes, this data. It will be in a database. So 15 minutes like this. Is it possible? Number one, is it possible to store these data in a database and then kind of like have a correlation between each other? For example, what I mean by, if it's 30 minutes says if 30 minutes says strong buy, and if it's 15 minutes say also strong buy. For example, let's go from our hourly bet says strong buy, 30 minutes says strong buy, 15 minutes also saying strong buy. And can we add some rules to increase? If that's the case, or if that happened, can we add to increase over time how much we want to each time has to invest? For example, if it's if that rather than investing this entire 10,000, maybe we'll buy a portion. So instead of put this 10,000, we'll put like 10% of that. So the 10% of that buy, and then remaining 90,000 is wait. However, if there's a signal like a strong one, like hourly, it goes hourly, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and hourly. They all say showing some sort of significant strong buy. It's a very big kind of like a very strong signal to buy. In that case, we slightly increase. So if it's, what I mean by, I'll probably give you an example. So here right now, strong buy, 30 minutes strong buy, 15 minutes strong buy. So in this case, so the program decide rather than going 10%, it will go 50%, right? So that kind of a thing. So I want to ask you, is it something you can, add that little that element there? The other thing I want to ask you, when you want to, so the second thing is, when you store data, how are you going to store those data? And these databases, can we store those data in a, can we capture everything here and then only take from here, but then later on we can use some of data? And the last thing is, how long will take to kind of like, oh, that's another important thing, how long. So what will be the kind of like the interface will be? So I will be logging into a kind of like a URL, and then put the username and password, and see this is how this is happening, or I'm not sure how the UI is going to be look like. I can give you a suggestion, maybe kind of a like it's like a, maybe like a history for like a little ledger, like maybe like a, it's like a spreadsheet. It's fine. For example, the date here, and then amount, and then it's like an Excel spreadsheet kind of a thing. For example, I can show you an example. maybe as a result we probably will get like this maybe, right? So all the trades that we did, the program executed, the date and the time, and then the price and open price. Don't worry about this open high, but it can say, okay, the date, and then here will be time, and then here will be how many stocks purchased, or entry price, and what time, or maybe you can say the what time is exit, and how much gain has happened, and then the total amount. So I think it definitely has to be a database like this. So yeah, so I'll leave it that with you. We'll discuss further about that. So that's it. Please, if you have any questions, ask me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you. Thank you.